Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. First of all, I want to start by talking about the current situation with my PC and everything. As you guys know from my previous video, I have had an issue with my PC, so I am currently in the midst of buying a new one, so I can be able to give you guys more gameplays, more content, and just be able to upload videos on the regular like I was doing before. But currently, as you guys know, the situation with my PC is it doesn't work very well. I'm just about able to get this thing to work and be able to record with the microphone, but currently I can't even record new gameplay. So this gameplay here is actually a 63:10 gameplay on Apocalypse. This was when basically the new map had just come out, so probably a day or two after. Quite an old gameplay, because again, currently I can't record any new gameplay, so I am just using the gameplays that I have stored up. But yeah, enjoy that in the background. And the thing I'm going to update you with is as well, so the PC situation, I have ordered a new PC. It's going to take between 20 to 22 days is what I've been told for my PC to arrive. So expect around 20 22 days. I'll inform you guys when that is of my PC arriving and when I'm able to regularly upload like I was doing previously. But today's video I want to talk about it, and you probably guys can guess from the title and the thumbnail. There is the treyarch have basically come out and said that there is definite 100% a weapon tuning, weapon buffs, weapon nerfs coming with the mid-season update. Yes, we are at the mid-season point already, and it's gone by quite fast. I don't know if we've had a shorter season than what we did previously, but it feels like it's come across quite quickly. We're already halfway through the season. The update won't be coming this midweek, I believe. I believe it's going to be next week with just some of the stuff they've tweeted, like look out for something in zombies next week. I think it's going to be coming next week. But in today's video, I want to discuss what we should be seeing. What do you, and not only that, I want you guys to put in the comment section below, what do you guys want to see buffed and nerfed in Black Ops Cold War? Because my personal opinion, when it comes to weapons, the weapon balance in Black Ops Cold War, it's been needing a buff, and there's been some guns that have been needing buffs and nerfs since the launch. Okay, it's definitely been an issue. I feel like it's definitely an issue now more than anything in public matches. Because a lot of people know what's being abused and what the best stuff is in the game. And I'm going to be honest, some of the stuff I've abused as well, because it's kind of, if you aren't using it, people are going to use it against you. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about some weapons that need overall buffing, overall nerfing and stuff. And I want to get the elephant out of the room, okay? And I think everyone can agree with this one. The Stoner, okay? The Stoner, amongst all the LMGs, there is only one LMG. I can't remember which one it is, which was the terrible one. But basically, there's two LMGs that are really good. But the Stoner, by far and away, is the most overpowered gun in the entire game. It's easy to aim down sight with, has a lot of bullets to spray, has no recoil, has good damage, has a good fire rate. It is just 100% broken, okay? And how it has never been nerfed since the launch of the game, I'll never know. In fact, I do believe LMG's actually got a buff prior to the game being released, because I believe this is what they took the feedback from beta, and for some reason they just made them out of the war overpowered, okay? And the Stoner being the most notorious one for it. Everyone who wants to just try and get a high KD and just abuse this gun abuses this gun over and over and over again, and it's the most frustrating thing, because literally any other gun doesn't beat it, okay? You have to either hopefully get a lucky one burst with the AUG, which we'll also talk about, because the AUG is something I want to see possibly nerfed, to be honest. Maybe not, I'm not too sure. It's not the biggest issue in the game, but it's definitely a gun that's slightly OP. But the Stoner, 110%. I'd be surprised if any of you disagree in the comment section below, which you can put down in the comment section below whether or not you disagree or agree with what I'm saying. But the Stoner is by far and away overpowered and needs a nerf. LMGs in general, I think, could do with a slight nerf, maybe to recoil or something. There needs to be a little bit more of a harsher penalty with how good those guns are currently in Cold War. Next up, let's go to the tac rifle category, okay? The M16, the AUG, the DMR, all them guns, the Type, they're overpowered. The whole section is overpowered, because I believe, basically the way the game is at the moment, currently I see it as a situation where the tac rifles and the LMGs are the top two categories of weapons in the game. And then that's when you start getting towards, I was going to say shotguns, but shotguns are secondaries in this game, which are okay before anyone starts. I think shotguns are in a good place, to be honest, so I don't think any shotgun naturally needs touching. They're not OP, but they're good at what they do, and that's winning up close engagements. They don't kill you at far ranges. I think they're perfectly balanced for what they are. They are pretty good secondary weapons, but they are balanced for the most part. But yeah, LMGs and tac rifles are by far and away the top two categories in the game. You've got some slight exceptions in certain categories for SMGs, like the 74U is quite good, could possibly be seeing a nerf, I don't know, it is quite a strong gun. But in my opinion, I don't think the 74 should be nerfed. I think it's actually more the task force barrel needs to be nerfed on the 74U, because my thought process on this as well, I think all the other SMGs are massively underpowered. And the reason for this is, I believe, is just due to bullet velocity. All the other SMGs have really, really low bullet velocity. We're talking like 250 or below. And the 74U is just the outlier with like 500 or 550 base bullet velocity. And obviously you can increase that more. And the SMGs, the other SMGs that you can increase can only get up to about 500, which makes it just about on par with the base 74U. So, my personal opinion, I think the SMG category needs an overall bullet velocity buff, maybe up to like 300, 350, something to make them a little bit more usable, because when you get to those like far out distances, SMGs start to get useless, you know. First in your XM4, your Krigs, like you said before, the Stoner, AUG, M16, just loses. And yes, they are supposed to lose, obviously. You want to have a chance. SMGs are supposed to have a chance. You're supposed to be rewarded by having good recoil control. And if you're that person who shoots first and is able to hit your shots massively before the other person, you shouldn't just lose because of the fact that your gun's like bullet velocity is just not good enough for that distance, and you've got to aim like so much higher. Like, you got to be aiming as if you're playing Warzone sort of thing, and that's just not good enough. So yeah, overall SMGs I think in the category need a bullet velocity buff, except for the 74U. Again, I think the 74U could either do with more of a recoil penalty, or the Task Force barrel can be nerfed. That's where I think the 74U should be adjusted. What was I going to talk about? So yeah, the TAC rifles though, TAC rifles across the board need a nerf. I think the AUG is the only one which I'm not sure of, because it is very good at one bursting, but it's not that mobile, and I'm not sure I'm sure the penalty is actually like adequate, but it is quite a strong gun, so I don't know if that should be changed or not. Especially as I feel like with that gun, you should be rewarded for the one burst. However, you know, because again, that gun is very hard to follow up shots. It is very hard to follow up shots with the AUG. M16, different case, you can hit one burst and follow up shots quite easily, so I think the M16 definitely needs a nerf in that regard. Not sure how they're going to do with that, because obviously you don't want to make it so it's got high damage and then not be able to hit follow up shots, because otherwise it's just the same gun as the AUG. You know, these guns got to be different, so I wonder what they're going to do with that. Again, I don't know if they're actually going to nerf a lot of guns. Again, they've said they are doing a weapon balancing patch. But I could be overhyping this. I could be sitting there thinking they're actually going to change the game. The game's going to get like fixed. The weapon balance is going to be perfect. Or they're going to change like 1 or 2 guns and then possibly buff a gun out of nowhere. So we'll soon see. The other guns I want to see personally buffed as well. Milano. I think the Milano could do with a buff. It's a little bit too weak for what it is. Or I believe the fire rate should be a little bit better. It's a very high damage SMG, but it's not very useful when the fire rate isn't very good and the bullet velocity is also very low. Next up, sniper rifles. Big topic, this one. Big topic. I'm not sure where to stand on this one. I'm really not. Sometimes I think they're OP, sometimes they're not. Maybe that it realistically means they're in a good balance spot. The problem is, I play league play, and snipers in league play are extremely overpowered, just because there is no flinch. I do think we're in a situation where I think the snipers should have faster ADS times, but have a lot more flinch. I do think the way COD has done it for years, which has been snipers aim down sight quickly and have flinch, is the best way to do it. The way they've currently got it, snipers can still quickscope quite well and can still get those kills where you think, why did I die here? And also, at distance, yes, the sniper should have the advantage, but if you hit first shot with, say, an AR or a TAC rifle, that you should still have a chance. You still shouldn't get sniped, I feel like you should be rewarded for hitting that sniper. The sniper should have to hit you first. That's what I feel like the penalty of using a sniper should be. So yeah, maybe a slight tweak to snipers. Also a buff to some of them, because for instance, I believe that Barrett, very weak. That needs a buff. It's just too weak in my opinion. Nobody uses it because of it. Pellington, I think it's in a perfect spot. Tundra, again, that's the one that is the most OP in my opinion. And then finally, let's talk about the other one last thing before this video ends. The dual-wield Magnum pistols, 110% need a nerf. Overpowered. I use them in my gameplays. They're just guaranteed one-shots, extremely OP. And the fact that you can have them dual-wield, just completely broken. Something needs to happen in that. It's like a penalty for using them dual-wield. They need to have more hip fire or something. Something to make them less strong than what they are, because they are extremely overpowered. And yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. What do you think needs buffing and nerfing in Black Ops Cold War? What would you like to see buffed and nerfed? Is there a gun that you want to be your favorite gun? Do you want the meta changing? Let me know down below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.